It is my pleasure to introduce Jennifer Coe as one of our College of Chemistry student speakers this year. She will receive her Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Biology with a minor in creative writing. Jennifer grew up across the bay in Brisbane with her 5 siblings. She was initially interested in studying the medical sciences, but became drawn to chemistry and chemical biology for their incredible scale and capacity for both technical and creative thought. Jennifer thrives in both the sciences and in the arts. And when she is not in the lab, she is busy developing her own writing style, making good creative messes, as she calls it. I think one could use the same description for lab work sometimes. Jennifer is a writer and editor for a student-run magazine and literary publication on the Berkeley campus, and has recently tried her hand at playwriting, short fiction, and poetry. About Berkeley, Jennifer says she will miss watching the sun go down in the North Reading Room at Doe Library, and how new the day felt walking out of 8 a.m. classes with people who made learning fun and meaningful. Over the summer, she plans to be aimless in a good way, while pursuing a few creative writing projects. This won't last long, however, as she will begin her PhD candidacy in chemistry at Stanford in the fall. Looking ahead, Jennifer says she would love to inspire future generations of scientists, just as she was inspired, as a professor in a research university where she can ask new questions in chemistry that are driven towards therapeutic discovery. Perhaps we will be lucky enough to see Jennifer back in the College of Chemistry one day. For now, please enjoy listening to Jennifer Coe.
To the class of 2021, the College of Chemistry, and the friends and family who join us today, I'll waste no time in wishing my utmost congratulations to each of us on the latest chapter of our lives as we graduate from UC Berkeley with degrees in the chemical sciences. I congratulate you not merely on the diplomas we leave with, but for the life you've dared to live along the way, the people you've crossed paths with, the discoveries you've made both internally and in the lab, and for venturing to view life at such a magnificent scale, something our field of study makes us so thoroughly aware of. Photons to atoms, to proteins, to cells, to organs, to planets, to you and me, and the whole world we've been cultivating alongside each other. I congratulate you for finding answers, or perhaps finding better questions, and for trying in all of this to insert yourself on a world of this scale, or at least trying to discern what our place in it might be. And yet, it is a strange time. Graduating from the childhood home after this year of all years, it is as loaded as it ought to be. In truth, we have lived lifetimes every week of the last 3 semesters, and I recall those earlier weeks last March, the way headlines and wandering eyes kept referring to it all as chaos. But as students here, this is hardly our first encounter with that word. In general chemistry and thermodynamics, we romanticize chaos, or entropy, to be a powerful, nearly sentient force of nature. It melts our ice cubes, it ruins our experiments, it pushes against order and therefore life, something to be tamed in a tug of war humanity is destined to lose. But in statistical mechanics, I recall Professor Limmer actively pushing against this idea. Entropy is not a force of nature so much as it is a snapshot of probability. There are many more ways for ice to be melted than solid, and just so, many more ways to be disordered than organized, and our lives are no exception. Viewed this way, it is hard not to see all of this. The College of Chemistry's 153 years now of titrations and elemental discovery, and the students I join when leaving today as chemists, chemical biologists, and chemical engineers. Viewed this way, it's hard not to see all of this as anything less than a collection of miracles. How there was only one way for us to be here today, and yet. I think of my personal permutation of miracles that led up to this point. I think of the AP chemistry exam I barely passed in high school, and the teacher who encouraged me to apply here anyway. I think of the people I bumped into in dorm rooms and in the backs of discussion sections that became lab partners, became quantum mechanics support groups, became friends that will last me a lifetime, who I see such brilliance and kindness in. I think of us somehow waking up for 4 years of 8 a.m. lectures, Coffee from Strata, coffee from Yali's, coffee from the Coffee Lab, and all the late nights in Bixby that turned into early mornings and late nights yet again. I think of the sunset from Evans. I think of the number of times I got lost inside Gilman, only to end up in the basement floors of Hildebrand somehow, and the paper map to navigate campus I had taped into the back of my journal for my entire first semester. I think of the constellations of people who opened doors for me to try my own ideas, ask my own questions, and brave my own handfuls of answers. And now I think of all of us with this hard-earned sense of scale and turning to ask the world what happens next. I see all of this and I think, what are the chances? Definitely smaller than small, and yet. When asked what I will miss most about Berkeley, I thought first of walking through campus at Berkeley time. Friends and lab partners and chosen strangers, everyone on their way to do everything under the sun, mixing about for the first 10 minutes of every hour. I used to keep a running count of all the people I'd run into during the day's worth of Berkeley Times on a sheet of paper on my wall. And my roommate would laugh at me at the time and I'd join her. But I was just so in awe of that scale, of how small a world I could find in a campus so big that I'd be brushing shoulders with so much in so little time. Perhaps college has come and gone in much the same way. And if I'm sure of anything, I know I will leave these doors chasing that feeling in all that comes next. To the class of 2021, experiencing this place with you and witnessing you all has been one of the sweeter miracles of my lifetime, one that has withstood even the utter chaos of the last year. I'm inspired by the questions we came here to ask, and even more so by the new ones we are leaving with. So here's to right now, to this moment that could have only happened once, and to our strange, strange time. Congratulations, I am yours in entropy and in life. Love, Jen.
I am delighted to introduce Ryan Yu as one of our College of Chemistry student speakers this year. Ryan will receive his Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Engineering with a concentration in Business and Management. Ryan grew up near Los Angeles in Valencia, where his dreams of pursuing higher education in the chemical sciences took root. In high school, he gained the depth of knowledge to realize that studying chemistry and chemical engineering would open doors to an exciting variety of cutting-edge careers in innovative science industries. During summers in high school and college, Ryan performed research in chemistry and engineering labs in Santa Barbara, Long Island, Tokyo, and Santa Clarita, and he credits his mom for motivating him to seize these opportunities. He says his favorite summer lab work was in Long Island at Stony Brook University, where he synthesized and integrated rare metal nanoparticles for hydrogen fuel cell improvement. But he admits that spending time in Tokyo was also pretty cool. This summer, Ryan will be cherishing his last moments at Berkeley, painting and playing poker with his housemates, two of his current favorite hobbies, while looking for a job that will gain him industry experience. He plans to apply to law school in a few years to study technology law, possibly intellectual property and patent law more specifically. Among many things Ryan will miss about Berkeley is first and foremost the people. He says, Berkeley was and is the friends I made throughout the last 4 years of my life, and I cherish the time I got to spend with them greatly. Now please enjoy listening to Ryan Yu.
Hello, friends, family, and families of friends, and welcome to the College of Chemistry's Class of 2021's Commencement Ceremony. I wish I could see all of your proud faces right in front of me, but a screen will have to do. I'm joining you all from Berkeley, in my house on Northside. The sun is bright, the wind is nice, and I just heard the Campanile's bells a few minutes ago. I'm very lucky and grateful to have had the privilege of living in Berkeley this last year. Well, last 4 years really, but having many of my friends leave their homes scattered around the world left a particularly long silence. There's been a lot of alone time this year, a lot of nights just sitting and staring, thinking about all the conversations we could be having, all the studying we could be avoiding, all the meals and good times left unplanned. some lost hopes, burning regrets, and unsaid words that'll forever sit too heavy in our throats. But still students, still had work to be done, obligations to meet, goals to reach, all without the support, community, and friendships that we'd come to appreciate and rely on. The things we'd found in others, the things we'd built together, had to get left behind, and for a brief moment, we found ourselves being confused and alone. Being confused is fine, that's just a day in this major, but alone, I was scared to do this alone. Without question, we are better together. We can do more together. And yet we found ourselves all in a position where the best thing we were told we could do for each other was to stay apart. Some of us adapted better than others. Some of us didn't change our lives that much at all. But for most of us, it was hard. Upending all of the constants and assumptions that we had in the next few years of our lives, losing whatever milligram of mistaken confidence we may have had in where our futures were headed. And as historically bizarre as this last year has been, it's my hope that's given everyone their own chance to embark upon some personal adventures. Journeys across the world, a nap in your backyard, a trip with your family, or some wandering inside your own heads. It feels like we've had nothing but time this last year, with the days and weeks on the calendar just blending into a kaleidoscopic quilt of miscellaneous due dates. And yet, despite all this time, we've just tick-tocked away, waiting patiently for a brighter dawn. I can't help but sit here and wish I got one more day with all of you. I give my thanks and gratitude to all of the faculty and staff at the College of Chemistry who helped to foster maybe the most challenging undergraduate program anywhere ever. Your expertise and expectations as educators has helped us hold ourselves to a higher standard of work ethic. By which I mean we've learned how to work until 4 a.m. if we need to, which I don't underappreciate as a skill. These last 4 years have pushed us to the very limits of what we thought we were capable of achieving and beyond. In the oddest way, despite my continuous struggles with chemical engineering, I leave my undergraduate career in the College of Chemistry confident that there could not be harder challenges to tackle. That confidence didn't come easily. In fact, it's shocking to me that I'm able to say that truthfully. I entered the College of Chemistry woefully underprepared for the caliber of student that I find among my peers. It's really weird being around other smart and cool people all the time. You can start to forget how smart and cool you are. We started out as lone pearls buried in the sand, but now that we've joined each other as part of a necklace, we're more beautiful than ever. That pithy realization only came to me when I found myself one day, all of a sudden, amongst friends who accepted me, appreciated me, and loved me. Getting here was only possible because I had all of you. I hope you all may have had similar realizations of gratitude towards all the people in your lives who've gotten you where you are now. Family, loved ones, mentors, mentees, teachers, peers, coworkers, and friends. How wonderful it is to be able to say that we made their efforts worth it. I wish we could walk across the same stage together. Our dedication to the major, to each other, and to ourselves is worth at least that. But to dwell on our losses wouldn't be very cal of us, would it? The revelation of gratitude demands proactivity in the present and hope for the future. We've entered the most exciting decade yet, poised to be working at the forefront of scientific innovation. Or not. Maybe we'll be doing something completely different in a few years. Who can say, really? But life doesn't end at 22. We still have plenty of time, a summer at least, to make memories and feel young again. I'll be waiting in Berkeley, but until then, let's all take in the moment, breathe, and be glad that we're done with this. Hope to see y'all soon. Fiat Lux, go Bears.